Welcome back. I've got a review for a science fiction classic, THX-1138 from George Lucas, his directorial debut, 1970. I believe the shootings of the film actually started in September of '69. Directed by George Lucas, produced by Francis Ford Coppola. It's a Warner Brothers film, but it's a very avant-garde film, and it certainly wasn't the type of film that typically Warner Brothers was going to put out. The film was a financial flop, critical flop, but actually, if you look at the numbers, it budget was like 700,000, I think, and it made a couple million. So, but still, I guess from Warner Brothers' perspective, it was a flop. It's a bizarre, avant-garde film, very off-putting. It's about a dystopian society in the 25th century, which that's not actually explicitly said in the film, but if you research it a little bit, that apparently is the storyline. And it's basically a society of conformity, emotionless. Everybody's got shaved heads, wears white, and it's controlled. The society is controlled by robots who are dressed in police officer uniforms, all black. They look like Gestapo type robots. Everybody is given these drugs to keep them emotionless, and which allows them to perform their work, which apparently is very dangerous work. It's nuclear type work and highly dangerous. So everybody's kind of drugged up and just just a haze of emotionless sort of robotic type life that they live. It's an interesting film. It's kind of got a non-linear plot. It's very art house. There's long periods where there's just not a lot going on, and it's very static camera shots, which was the intent, I believe. A lot of the set pieces in the film are in white. Robert Duvall stars in this film, as well as Donald Pleasence is in this. And actually, the real reason that I wanted to do this review is because Sid Haig, of all people, is in this, and I wanted to mention, if you don't already know, Sid Haig passed away at 80 yesterday. So rest in peace, Sid. But Sid Haig is in this film, and I was shocked when I saw Sid Haig in it, but he did a good job. At any rate, Robert Duvall gets off his meds and finally decides that there's got to be some other way to live besides this. And he basically tries to escape this dystopian society with a very surprising outcome, which of course I'm not gonna reveal. You'll just have to see the film. First time I watched it, I really didn't like it. But I've watched it again with the audio commentary of George Lucas, and I can appreciate what he was trying to do. He was simply doing it in a way that was non-linear, very very non-linear story, but it's very art housey, very self-indulgent, and it's interesting. It's the kind of film I think young independent filmmakers today would typically put out, not a large studio like Warner Brothers. So from that standpoint, it's also very interesting. Robert Duvall was great in it. Donald Pleasence plays this creepy guy trying to take Robert Duvall's mate. This film, people are paired up as mates, but sex is not really allowed. It's all kind of preconditioned, pre-programmed. But yeah, so Donald Pleasence is he's like this swarthy guy trying to steal Robert Duvall's mate. Very interesting story. But again, the first time I saw it, I was like, I don't know. Ironically enough, it took me this many years of my life to ever see it. This is actually the first time I sat down and watched THX. This release has like the audio commentary track with George Lucas, and it's got a kind of like a behind the scenes. You can watch the film and little icons come up, and you can click that to get some behind the scenes clips, background of the film. But yeah, if you want a kind of a diversion from the norm in terms of horror or straight on storytelling, you could do no worse than THX 1138. So yeah, I would recommend checking it out. All right, that'll do it. And rest in peace, said Haig. Thanks for watching.